We've all been walking a very long road of technological progress. If you're like me, you grew up long before the internet existed. We didn't have these digital tools handed to us right out of the cradle. We had to learn them, one step at a time. And it hasn't always been easy. Think back to when we had to figure out how to dial one of these without getting our fingers stuck, or the sheer leap of faith it took to put our dinner inside a metal box that heated food with invisible waves. Then came the personal computer. We stared down screens full of confusing green text and blinking cursors, and we figured out how to make them work. Eventually, we learned to carry all that computing power right in our pockets, trading physical keyboards for glass screens and colorful apps. You already have a track record of adapting. You've successfully navigated decades of new inventions, which means you are fully equipped for what comes next. Right now, artificial intelligence is everywhere. It's on the news, it's in the papers, and quite frankly, it sounds like an alien concept. It is completely normal to feel like technology has finally accelerated past the point of keeping up. But remember the sheer panic of trying to program a VCR for the first time? The blinking 12 o'clock was the ultimate symbol of technological defeat. We conquered the VCR. We conquered the smartphone. Artificial intelligence is simply the next tool in that exact same sequence. Let's forget Hollywood movies with glowing red eyes. Think of AI as the world's fastest, most well-read researcher, ready to answer your questions. And unlike a busy librarian or a rushed grandchild, this assistant has infinite patience. You can ask it to explain something 5 times in a row and it will never judge you. You also don't need to buy a fancy new computer. This helper lives right inside the smartphone you already use every day to check Google Maps or text your family on WhatsApp. Once you realize this is just a practical, everyday tool sitting quietly in your pocket, the intimidation fades and you can actually start putting it to work. To put it to work, you only need to learn one simple skill. It's called prompting, which is really just a fancy word for talking to the AI in plain English. No coding required. Getting a great answer is easy if you use a basic 3-part formula. Think of it as giving the AI clear instructions. First, tell the AI who to be. You might say, act as a helpful family historian. Next, tell it what to do. For example, take memories about my grandfather's bakery and structure them into a story. Finally, give it specific details that matter. You could add, write this in a simple tone for my grandson. If typing all of that out on a tiny screen sounds exhausting, you don't have to. You can just press the microphone icon on your phone and speak to it naturally. You can dictate half-remembered fragments, jump around in time, and speak your raw thoughts out loud. The AI will take that messy dictation and hand you back a beautifully polished narrative. By using this simple formula, you can turn a head full of loose memories into a tangible written legacy for your family in minutes. Now, as smart as this tool is, it has a serious blind spot known as a hallucination. Sometimes the AI will confidently invent a fact or give you the wrong answer. It has processed massive amounts of data from the internet, but it has exactly 0 human common sense and 0 lived experience to check its own work. That means you should never treat the AI as an infallible expert. It is a well-read assistant that occasionally makes very silly mistakes. Because of this, double-checking the information it gives you isn't a sign that the technology is broken. Verifying facts is a mandatory part of using the tool responsibly. To keep things safe and simple, just treat the AI like a very helpful stranger you met on the bus. You wouldn't hand a stranger your social security number, so never share your private information. And if you are asking about critical topics like your health, your money, or your religion, always confirm the answer with a real human professional. Once you establish those basic boundaries, the fear disappears. The AI stops feeling like a threat and becomes a wonderful bridge to exploring new hobbies and ideas. Your journey of learning didn't end when you figured out the smartphone. The sun is just rising on this next chapter, and you are never too old to learn it.